say, I'm sorry. Moxie's thing is saying yo? Yo. What's good? Will patch be out? June 17th. The patch notes are here. There you go. And for YouTube, patch notes. There you go. And then there. And there's that. And we go to Twitch. And I wish I could do all this through OBS, but I can't. Through OBS, but I can't. It's raining. Go infinite. Oh, it's raining hard. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Hold on. I'll be right back. Hold on. I left my car windows open. My car was very far away from my house. I had to park all the way up the street. All right, we're back. All right. All right, we're back. Okay. It is very much raining out there. Whew. Okay. All right, I'm very wet now. Let's go. Whew. I must live in a good place where you can leave your windows open. No, having your windows open or closed doesn't change whether or not your stuff gets broken into here. We've had multiple vehicles stolen from our driveway multiple times. They just break in and hotwire. All right. Patch goes live right here, June 17th. Says so at the top there. Okay. Exactly. Open windows don't get smashed. Mavericks, thank you so much for the 23 months, Boo Boo. I appreciate you. Thank you. The last time a vehicle got stolen from us, it was a motorcycle, and they hotwired it by attaching the ignition switch to a literal light switch, like from Home Depot, and they would use that to jump it. It was wild. Found that car like 2 states, or found that motorcycle like 2 states away. Okay. Let's talk about the patch notes. We greatly appreciate everyone's excitement. We greatly appreciate everyone's excitement since the launch of Season 4. We're very happy with the state of the game. The changes in the patch are aimed at buffing classes and builds. Hey. My ceiling fan. Hey, Life. Hey, Life. I'm trying to be a content creator here. Can we calm down? Can we calm down for a second? Can anything here just like work and just be chill? Okay. 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 All right. Thank you, Raven. All right. Changes in the patch are aimed at buffing classes and builds that are not performing as well as their counterparts. We're also slightly reducing the difficulty of the pit to ensure that most builds are able to get to tier 60. Huh. Do the developers believe that the majority of builds don't get to tier 60? That's interesting. Potions are getting bunuses. Yeah. This was something that I touched on, which was like, we have so much maximum life now, potions should probably get buffed. These are also just like better options for creating barrier through Temerity and Soulbrand, which is pretty cool. So that's interesting. Legendary aspects. Aspect of the Protector barrier cooldown reduced. Good. This is definitely like a super outdated aspect at this point. 20 seconds feels... 20 seconds actually doesn't feel that bad. Well, it feels better. Mythic unique items. What the fuck is a mythic unique item? Mythic. In Dariel's Visage, Poison Nova now spawns on the enemy instead of the player. Okay, Poison Nova damage increased by 50%. Let's go take a look at that. Wait, we're buffing this effect? Isn't Indariel's kind of like cracked a little bit on Rogue? So they're going to increase this damage by 50%. So at max, the proc We'll start at 36, almost 37,000 damage. It's actually pretty high. Okay. Yeah, I don't hate that. Doombringer Explosion doubled. This will now do... Oh, hold on. I need to focus. Now does 22,000 base damage. That actually starts to be a pretty respectable amount of damage. 22,000 base damage on this is actually pretty high. What's our best tool for this? Bone Spear. 50% is 12.5% right now. You can double... Well, you can't double it with this in hand. How much lucky hit chance can I get up to? Wish I didn't buy Tyraels. Soul Brand. Obviously get rid of this. Lucky hit chance bonus is 85, yeah, so you can get to 100, so you can double it. So this would be a 25% chance of proccing. You put on, put on Shadow over here as well. It's not bad. But if you went with Blight instead, you start off at 40%, sure. But then you could rock you can get 104. They're 20-ish, 124. 124 is 80, is 90%, but then you get to rock X-Falls. Do we want to try to make this build happen? I would need 4 more sparks. Because I went and bought a fucking Tyraels like an idiot. So I need a Doombringer. You could do Crippling Darkness as well. I had an idea for just a straight up proc build. Like a proc effect build. We could do this. Okay, we're gonna try. So I have to go farm Duriel for a while, basically. Well, this is with triple masterwork crit, and that would be 17,600. They buffed this. They doubled this. You can't fit Lidless into here. Lidless also really wouldn't help out too much. Rango Starless Skies now giving a 50% damage bonus is actually kind of very good. Interior's Might got doubled. Okay, that's interesting. Stat requirements for non-main stats reduced from 90 to 60 per Paragon board. Oh. So you should be able to hit another board for free, basically? That's interesting. It's not really anything, but it's interesting. Barbarian Whirlwind got buffed. Violent Whirlwind got buffed. Call to Ancients got buffed. Frenzy got buffed. Flay got buffed. That makes sense? I think that makes sense. Added weapon mastery skills for vulnerable procs. How relevant is that? That's these. Doesn't Steel Grasp already do vulnerable? Is this mainly just a rupture buff? Like Steel Grasp already makes them vulnerable. Death Blow, you're trying to hit them inside of a vulnerable, like you wouldn't try to lucky hit Death Blow vulnerable. Is this pressure points? Oh, let's see. And you already had exposed vulnerability? What's the point of this? Where's pressure points? Somebody help me to understand what the purpose of this is. How do I feel about patch notes? We are this far into them. Walking Arsenal. All right, I don't care. I'm sorry. Barbarians, you're doing fine. I really don't give a shit. I'm sorry. Oh, Gore's got buffed again. Sure. Okay. Oh, that's cool. Sure. Like, who took this? Okay. Okay. This all seems generally good. Oh, that's cool. Obsidian Slam is good. Okay. Will the Uber buffs be applied to current? It's a great question. Since it is the aspect effects, the answer is typically yes. Aspects get updated, live stats do not. Is it live already? Nope. June 17th, right at the top there. June 17th. And side damage increased. Buffs. Just kind of like tossing out some buffs kind of across the board. This seems good, right? Am I crazy? No, not provocation. Obsidian Slam. This seems good. Book of the Dead changes. Okay. There's a lot going on in here. These are all sacrifice changes. So we get more crit chance. We get more resistance. Sure. This is this is nothing. I get it, but this is nothing. This is cool. That's powerful. This is cool because, well, now it makes the math hard. God damn it. God damn it, Blizzard. Now you make the math hard. Yeah, because we get 60%, which is 2 is 6. So we'll get 26% damage. No, 60%. 10 is 12. So it'll be 32% damage, up from 25. So now I get 32% multi, up from a 25% multi. So you go from 1 point. Hello? 0.25 divided by 1.32. No. 32 divided by 1.25. 5% increase in damage. Is that accurate? It's a 28% increase in the multiplier, but how much it increases our damage by is 5%. Yes. So we used to do 1.32 times damage from it, or we used to do 1.25, and now we do 1.32. So 5% increase in damage. Just from that. That'll be the same with the vulnerable as well. This one is now very interesting. Maximum essence increased. Now also increased essence generation. This is very cool. I like this a lot, actually. What a joke, a 5% increase and a 5% increase. This alone just straight up increased your damage output by 11.5%. That's fairly significant. This is very cool. I have to redo my math of what the breakpoint between this and vulnerable is. Overpower damage increase. Huh. Why did overpower get increased less than the other ones? What are they so afraid for on overpower? What up, Watt Force? What are they so afraid about overpower with? Because so oddly enough, increasing 25 to 30% is less than increasing 15 to 20%. This is a 33% increase. This is a 20% increase. Okay. Extra 5% attack speed right here is actually significant. Additional 50% max life here is very significant. This is also very significant. Bone Spirit. Bone Spirit, big. Infinimist also better. Because Infinimus is the only one that can benefit from this and from this and from this. No, our proc build will be able to as well. I have to farm a Doombringer. I have to farm a Doombringer now. That's like all I'm doing today is farming a Doombringer. Okay. I like this a lot, by the way. I really, really like this. Do I think that, Swaggeroni? I know that it can already do that. It's the second highest pushing Necro build right now. Blood begets blood, legendary node. 30% damage. That's big. That's actually kind of fucking huge. Yo, what up, cow? I just saw you. Yeah, we're listening to Woody's music. Cow, thank you so much for the 13 gift subs, man. I appreciate you. So, thank you so much, man.
You subscribe to a bad content creator.
Oh yeah, we have to fit that into Shadow Surfer now. Absolutely we do. This is nothing. This is big. This now says Blood Soaked is a 20% damage multiplier. Raven, thank you very much for the 2 gift subs as well. Thank you very much, everybody, for the support.
So,
does Golem Sacrifice tip the balance to mage builds at all?
You subscribe to a bad content creator. You're a real one.
I don't believe so, but that is definitely a thing.
So, you subscribe to a bad content creator.
Did they give you an idea when patch notes will drop? This is the patch notes. That's what we're reading right now.
So,
the patch drops on the 17th, Monday. Or is that?
You subscribe
15,
to a bad
16, 17,
content
yeah,
creator.
Monday.
You're a real one.
Thank you very much for the support, everybody. We have to get Blood Begets Blood absolutely on there. Desecration going up is actually kind of fucking big.
You subscribe to a bad content creator. You're a real one.
Desecration is kind of really big.
So, you subscribe to a bad content creator. You're a real one.
Like, Blood Soaked Aspect says that Blood Mist now is like a Shadow Dot effect, helps to proc Lucky Hit, helps to proc Shadow Blight, and gives you a 20% damage multi. Oh, I'm getting a call from California. Hold on.
So, you subscribe to a bad content creator. You're a real one. So, you subscribe to a bad content creator. You're a real one.
But for the animation played on the top left, did you think of what emotes you want to do? IRL, the wink and stuff, or was it intuitive?
Best content creator in the game.
Thank you very much. Be good, Grims. Did I think about it? I mean, I sat down and just did it. I'm kind of a ham.
Subscribe to a bad content creator. You're a real one.
This is very good. Gravekeeper going up 2 is also very interesting. These are all very... This is kind of crazy right here. I wasn't expecting that. Sacrificial. Bonus increased to 50%. Holy shit, they made Shielding Storm good again. Sacrificial's kind of wild, right? Let's do some math. Hold on, boys. Hold on here. Okay, so let's do some math here. Old amounts. Wait, hold on. Okay. So old amounts. This was crit chance, res, shadow damage, then it went essence, vuln, damage, overpower damage, then it goes attack, speed, max life, crit damage. So let's take this. Right, so it used to be 5%, 20. Oh, that's gonna be too hard to see. So it's 5, 20, 15, 15, 15, 25, 10, 10, 30. New amounts are 10, 25, 20, 20, 20, 30, 15, 15, 35. Increase. This is equal to this minus this divided by this, right? This 100% increase is a 25% increase, so yes. Can I actually format this? Can I format all of this as? Well, it doesn't matter. Okay. May want to include stack aspect here. I'm going to. Yeah, we're gonna do all the analysis. Got the chat overlay over the sheet. You so right. So make this be well, maybe we should do it like this. Yeah, let's do it like this. Okay. Damage increase. Res. Essence calc. Attack speed. Oh, I guess I could do. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So this is equal to 1 plus this divided by 1 plus. No. It's not that. It's not that. It's not that. You're an idiot. A, no, B. And it's actually reversed. Right? Yeah. Okay. Why is this number lower than it was before? Why am I not getting a 5% increase?
So, you subscribe to a bad content creator. You're a real one.
Best dude on Twitch. Excited to be back to D4 after a while away. Hit 100 on
thank
my
you very
bone
much, Hot
spirit
Sauce.
necro last night.
Ooh, GG. Thank you so much for the 3 months, Tububo. I appreciate you. When is the patch coming out? The 17th. They don't know that 10 to 15 is more than 25 to 30? They do. Hey, real quick. Everybody who's watching me. Everybody who's just like watching me. I get the memes. I get all of that. I truly do. This is not a space to be shitty to humans that you don't know. Don't be shitty to humans that you don't know. Let's not belittle them. Let's not dehumanize them. Let's not say they can't do arithmetic. Oddly enough, they can, right? Remember, you're the sap playing the video game. So fucking calm down for a hot second. It's not a safe space to be a fucking asshole. Like, is it perfectly fine to critique the fact that they seem hesitant to overpower? Absolutely. Is it fucking mean to say another human adult probably doesn't know how to do some math? Probably mean, right? Let's not be assholes. S-Fan and Keltro, thank you very much for the follows. Decapitator, thank you very much for the prime as well. I'm sorry I missed that. Just don't be dicks. It's pretty fucking simple. This is accurate, right? We did a 1.2. We now have a 1.2 up from a 1.15. Yes, it's a 33% increase in the multiplier itself. That's not the same thing as increasing your damage by 33%. Right. Yes, accurate. You have to look at what the multiplier is now, which is 1.2, and how much larger is that than it was before. Okay. Okay. So that means that a Shadow crit build has now gained 1 times this times this times this. It's gained 13% damage output. Basically for free. Okay. Okay. Then want to use Sacrificial Aspect. Which is now a 1.5 multi of bonuses. And this is equal to one plus this number multiplied by 1.5 and the increase, so the damage increase for this, if you're using this aspect, this is equal to well, hold on, let's do the same rigmarole here. And let's do this, right? This is equal to well, we'd have to compare what it used to give you. Old sacrificial bonus. Well, that gets really hard to, for people to kind of grok, right? What up, Kitsune? Bone Spirit doing crazy with the sacrifice buffs. Bone Spirit will be doing more damage. It's not an exceptionally large amount of damage, so it's a 4% damage increase and a 3% damage increase, so that ends up being 1 times this times this more damage. Oh, I'm sorry, no, it's this one. Bone Spirit gained 8% damage for free. Basically just gained like another like 1.08 multi. You might be able to reach 275 essence without minions. I do not believe so, no. When does Maxwell update the build planner with the new numbers? When they're available in the game files, Zeeb. So shortly after the patch goes live, and it can be lined. We don't manually update the planners with numbers, because that's a hilarious amount of work for something that will be alleviated in like 2 days. So I don't think we really have to look at this now that I think about it. I don't think that's particularly relevant for something that like needs to be looked at. Why do I have +1 in here, by the way? Right, okay. 1 plus this divided by 1 plus this. So here are our bonuses. Here are what our bonuses are now. Here's the change in bonuses. Here's how much actual damage you get out of those bonuses. This is what the bonuses look like with Sacrificial equipped. This number is kind of irrelevant. Crit chance goes from 10% to 15%. Will minions still be the best build? Probably, yeah. Yeah, what's up, Otter? Hold on. Is this actually currently working? Oh, it is. Nice. Yeah, give me a call, boss. Otter has Sirach, Ruse, and Sir K in a call. Thanks for all the theorycrafting. No problems, Lizard. We finished the patch notes. We did not. I'm currently doing some math on this thing.
Hey, boss.
What?
Hello. Sorry,
Hey,
I got a
so
donation.
We have this question. I'm going to just screen share this real quick.
Sure.
Appreciate all you do
So
for the
the question
necro
we have
community.
is that when it comes to sacrificial, is
Yep.
sacrificial additive on top of Momentum Mori, or is it multiplying across with Momentum Mori?
It is a new multiplier. So you get
So-
a 1.6
so is it
multi
this-
and a 1.5.
So is it this equation? Like let's say it's the Reaper sacrifice being 15%, right? Is it 15% times 1.4, which is what Momentum is doing, plus 115 times 1.25, or is it 1.15 multiplied all the way across all like Momentum Mori and sacrificial? Is it doing this or is it doing this?
So it is 1.15 multiplied by 1.6.
Oh, okay.
Multiplied by,
Yeah, sorry. It's Memento is 6 part. I thought it was 4.
multiplied by 1.5 from new sacrificial. So the old number would become 25 multiplied by the new sacrificial would become 37.5.
Oh, okay. So they're multiplying across they're multiplicative across each other. It's not like
Yes.
two separate multipliers that are adding on top of each other.
Correct.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it might be
Okay.
big.
Yeah, we're trying to calculate that out right now. That's what.
Yeah,
we're
that's what you're also looking at right here. On
is that
stream.
what is that what you're doing on stream right now as well?
It's what I'm currently doing right here.
I feel like that's probably the biggest buff that we got. That sacrificial and the sacrifice bonuses, I feel like, are going to be
Those are very large.
they're going to bring a lot of the core damage builds in line. I think that with your new video that hit, I agreed with everything. I think that's actually not just a necro thing. I think that's actually a class-wide thing.
Mhm.
Is that core damage abilities are just not scaling well enough to compete with these unique affix damages or
Yep.
these builds that are scaling with basic attacks with Moonrise. It just feels like the core skill damage ranks are just not able to compete
Right.
with that. And that's like class wide because I was like, wait, is this just class wide? I went and looked. I was asking in stream with my chat. I was like, is there any bar build that uses this? Is there any rogue build that uses this? I'm playing Sork. I know that no Sork build uses this. So this is a class wide thing. This is not just a necro thing.
Yeah. They definitely they took a bunch of cool things and they said these things are really powerful, and didn't have the foresight to be able to see like, oh, this kind of invalidates every other thing you could do, other than skills like Bone Spirit, which oddly enough come along with a 10 times multi on it.
Right. It has the separate multiplier that's attached to your essence drain.
Right.
So that's the only reason why it's like relevant.
Right.
Yeah. So that's what I was curious about. And yeah, I do agree that when I was doing my my little thing here, my expectations was that they buff skill damage scaling. It didn't happen, but it is what it is. Hopefully that happens in season 5 PTR because I feel that is that's very much funneling and what's the word? It's constricting a lot of the build variety in the game because when they said, "Hey, we're gonna make everything core skills now," you kind of just nerfed everything.
Yeah.
In a way, like inadvertently, you kind of just made everything that's core not completable at that.
Right.
And there's so many build options with core skills. So I'm hoping that they do something with that in the PTR.
Me too.
Oh well, thank you very much for your time. Sorry to take you away from your
No,
stream.
you're good,
I was
boss.
curious about that.
Alrighty. Be good.
Take it easy, boss.
Alrighty. I'm immediately too hot. It's it rained, so luckily the temperature has come down, but now the humidity is here and I'm sweltering. Okay. So, Watt Force, thank you very much for the 1,000 biddies. I appreciate you. Thank you. So somebody was asking the question about how much essence is this with the sacrificial aspect. I think that math is so much harder than just do the essence. Because the big thing is sacrificing your minions for a new multiplier. Do not feel sorry at all, Bot Force. Please do not. Hey man, I'm sorry I supported your art when you were getting onto a Discord call. I appreciate that. Thank you. Fuck me. Don't worry about you. People are always asking like, oh, but what if you get the essence? Isn't that such a huge multiplier? And this is a conversation that I had on YouTube today, which is like the amount of damage increase that you get from that essence, if you assume you're going to be at 275 essence, is actually significantly lower than you think it is. Because like, let's say I get like 40 essence and I multiply that by 40, it's 160% damage. That's fucking huge. It is a lot, but you already have 275 essence, which is already, what is that? 25 more. It is already 1100 multiplicative damage. Excuse me. So that 160% becomes less than a 10% damage increase. And when you're looking at the multiplier you could get, which now says 30% damage multiplier, it's significant. Because it's not even like the similarity of multipliers. This is also like a thing that gets lost in translation a little bit. It's a 10% damage increase to that multiplier, like to the number of the multiplier. Then you have to calculate how much it increases your damage by. So one increases your damage by 12, one increases your damage by 11. So now that is a 9% increase in damage, as opposed to adding a 30% damage multiplier, which is a new 1.3, as opposed to increasing an 11 to a 12. Does this allow you to get it without using Requiem? $32 plus 20 is 52, 72, 92, plus a potion is 112. So we have to find another 63 essence. Right, because it's helmet, offhand, amulet. I guess you could use Tybalt's, which is another 20. So now you have to find 43 essence. If you triple masterwork crit on multiple pieces. Oh, can't be amulet. So minus 20. So we're back to 63. You have to find a lot of essence to not run minions, and I don't think you can do it. You have to add Memento Mori. I did. This is 32 with Memento Mori. I already did that. Am I saying Minions Necro is dead? No. Who said that? We were talking about essence calculations for Bone Spirit. Nobody was talking about minion builds at all. Did some math. Lance build damage doubles? Doubles is a powerful statement. I don't know where you got double from. I don't think if I put all these numbers together, you would get double damage on anything. Not to shit on you. But if you were to put all these numbers together, you would not get a 100% increase. So the question becomes, so this question becomes this. That's Shadow with Vuln with crit. So Sacrificial. Sacrificial is now representative of a 32% damage multiplier on a Shadow crit build. On Bone Spirit. It's a 25, just about a 26% multiplier. Shadow dot. The 17% multiplier. On blood build, it's actually the same thing as Bone Spirit, right? No. Overpower multiplied by crit. No, not Vuln and Max Life you.
You have to understand how things are up here.
Wait, no, I am on crit. I am on crit. Yeah, I am. Are there any other builds?
You have to understand how things are up here.
Bone Spear is getting a massive DPS increase. Well, from this change alone, it's an 8% increase. What else are they getting? That's actually it. Unless there's more stuff down here. Hold on. Tormented bosses had their health reduced by 30% is actually fairly significant. You can't think about it like that in Vinca Spartan. So the change between Starless Skies before and Starless Skies now is a 7% increase in damage. And the change between Gravekeeper is a 5% increase. These are not the same thing as a 10x and an 8x damage increase. Fixed an issue where Holy Bolt's elixir damage was scaling unintentionally high when it was triggered from pets. And it reduces effectiveness against the toughest enemies. In the higher pit, we made this change alongside a reduction to the health of enemies, so players who are delving deep into the pit aren't heavily affected. Fixed an issue where casting boulders from Dome and Stone were not cast at all. Rapid fire with Scoundrel's Kiss equipped could not properly hit close targets. Fixed an issue where pets were being counted as minions. Well, Holy Bolts was also overperforming on the Barbarian, who could scale its damage as well. Just for people who are unaware, the Barbarian, the Necromancer, I mean, everybody could scale Holy Bolt's damage. But the Barbarian also had ways of overscaling its damage. I want to make sure I have these numbers down properly. We have to do the essence calculation, right? Oh, these are not completely accurate currently. So this is accurate pre-Memento Mori. Okay, so then Memento Mori. So using now the Memento Mori numbers. Okay. right? Because this is not well. I mean, it is relevant. Well, let's think about it. There's only one here that's super relevant. Was Bone Spirit, because Bone Spirit can't get Memento Mori. That is accurate. Memento Mori does not work on Golem. So then this is... How do I want to communicate this information? How do I put this together in a meaningful way? What are my thoughts on Deathless Visage? You know, perform Shaco on Bone Spirit? No, it cannot. Well, hold on, let's back up. Outperform it in what meaningful way? Because you already don't use Shaco on Bone Spirit? Sorry, let's back up to, you already don't use Shaco on Bone Spirit. So Deathless Visage currently outperforms it, yes. But you need cooldown reduction on your helmet for Bone Spirit, typically. Counting for only Reaper Sacrifice and Cold Mage Sacrifice with new sacrifice, it buffed, give you... I haven't gotten that far, Otter. I'm still trying to figure out how I want to best put together the information. You see a new Bone Storm aspect? Also, does it scale? Did I see the new Bone Storm aspect? There's no new Bone Storm aspect. There's Shielding Storm, and it scales off of max life now, yes. There are 1,200 treasure bags. Why do you have so many treasure bags? It's Memento? That makes sense. Memento. Okay. So. And these would be unchanged with Memento. The reason why this is relevant, it's because this is bone spirit damage. No. Yeah. Bone spirit damage. How much damage bonus? No, we do it here because none of this affects bone spirit damage. Bone spirit damage increase. This is equal to 1 multiplied by so we have to do increase. Damage increase. Okay, yes. Okay. All right. That's not damage. That's not technically damage. That's not technically damage. This is not technically damage. This is not technically damage. 1 plus this divided by 1 plus this, right? Bone spirit damage. This is equal to, this is how much damage bone spirit has gained, which is 1 multiplied by this, multiplied by this, and it's still not that. It's still overpower. Bone spirit, without anything else, has gained 8% damage. Factual statement. Great. Good. Done with that relative math. Now, here's the caveat. Essence opportunities are in an interesting place for what's needed to hit 275 essence. If that's better than the current ideal of running warriors. Okay. True statements. Just want to say thank you. Thank you for being here. Azor, Silamolt, Groundio, Nicholas, Brismon, NWN Zocker, Toxic Ghost, Nguini, Soap Free, S-Fan, Keltro, thank you very much for the follows. Sorry, we are deep in the cut right now. Bone Spirit right now, if you change absolutely nothing else. Do I recommend Gravekeeper on Bone Spirit?
So, you subscribe to a bad content creator. You're a real one.
Boom. Okay. Dragon's Naj, thank you very much for the Prime. Yes, if you wouldn't mind throwing a like onto the stream on YouTube, I would deeply appreciate it. Thank you. I do recommend Dead Razor, but from the sacrifice changes, in the current meta, Bone Spirit has gained 8% damage. Just from the sacrifice changes. Okay. Moving on. Old Memento Mori would get you up to these numbers. New Memento Mori gets you up to these numbers. 16% crit chance is a lot of crit chance. Okay. Now, New Memento Mori has to look at the difference between 1 plus this number divided by 1 plus this number okay. Now here we can start talking about some builds. So if we go Shadow critting builds. So this could be Infinimist, this could be Sever, this could be our new Blight proc build, which I need to go get a Doombringer for. Any good changes in the patch notes? Yes, a lot of them. And we're trying to rationalize it right now. So Shadow crit builds are going to enjoy an increase of this is accurate, right? Well, this can't be accurate. Because Golem is not included in Memento Mori. Okay, so that's accurate. So that's Shadow crit builds. Shadow crit builds that are fully sacrificing minions. Gained a new 6% multi and another 6%. Yes. Golem crit is unaffected currently. We're not talking about sacrificial aspect. You used to have a 24% damage multiplier with Memento Mori. You now have a 32% damage multiplier. Yes. Okay. It's a 6% increase in the multiplier. 1.32 divided by 1.24. That seems accurate. What up, Ralph? Shouldn't old Memento Mori just be old amount? No, because so when we're thinking about the damage of builds that are sacrificing minions, you always use Memento Mori. So we have to look at what these multipliers were with Memento Mori to understand what the new multiplier with Memento Mori is actually an effective increase of. Okay, so Shadow crit builds is Memento Mori No, Memento Mori is a passive skill. Bone Spear. This is equal to this. Yep, okay. Shadow Dot. This is also equal to 1 times this times this. I don't know why I wouldn't put these two things together. What's happening here? Excuse me. Okay. Call this Bone Spear. And that's just straight up equal to 1 times this, because they just get a vuln damage increase. Technically, they have more crit chance, meaning that they can afford to not run crit chance on another piece of gear, which they already weren't. Right? Yeah. Yermo, thank you very much for the follow. I don't know how we're both saying that they changed Holy Bolts, but other builds' relative power hasn't changed, Matthias. They got buffed and their counterparts, which they're compared against, got nerfed. Indirectly, but they did get nerfed. F10. Should be 0.3 though. Oh, I understand what you're saying. I'm sorry, I do now understand what you were saying. I apologize. I get what you're saying now. Yes, this would be inaccurately... There we go. And we can do this. Okay, there we go. I've had their power level. Sure. Well, I don't even agree with that, because they all were buffed. But yes, well, okay. Hold on. Is the point that you're making, Matthias, that the builds that were underperforming weren't all buffed to different amounts, and as such, the patch is a nothing burger because compared to only themselves and not to the outliers, they were not changed? Because that is what your collection of statements has said. To which I would say, but why would you ever perform your analysis using that restricted of a set of variables? Or criteria, rather, not variables. To me, that's like saying Bone Spear got buffed, but if I don't compare it to anything else, nothing has changed. which also isn't even like a true statement. Blight is not under Shadow Crit. Blight is Shadow Dot. But Shadow Dot is also Corpse Explosion. Only Necro was nerfed. Very incorrect. Barb and Source were also nerfed via that. I mean, every build was. Every build could scale Holy Bolt's damage, and every build used Holy Bolts for pit pushing. Every build was nerfed with the change to Holy Bolts. Yeah, Matthias, I think that's just like an inaccurate representation of what has occurred, right? Like, blood builds did get a double effective multiplier that they can tap into now. That is a thing. Minion builds were not buffed. All non-minion builds were buffed. How valuable that is to each individual build is what we're trying to figure out right now. But as you can see, these builds weren't all buffed in the same way. So I think, I don't need to change your mind, but I think that's an inaccurate representation of the facts as they lay before you. You don't have to be unimpressed with the patch notes, but I think you're misrepresenting the effect. Did this make Lidless Wall better? Did it make Lidless Wall better? Not in a way that I think matters to how the question is being asked. Technically speaking, since Shielding Storm is better, Lidless Wall is better at generating barrier. So if that's relevant to your strategy. Bone Spear is a playable and viable build. All of the Necromancer builds are playable and viable. It was whether or not they could compete in the pit. But Bone Spear currently clears tier 110. The issue was its ability to do anything after that, because we were talking about like perfect gear at that point. I will say that I don't believe that these patch notes address the primary issues of core skills generally underperforming. Numbness, thank you very much for the follow. How do you think the Holy Bolt nerf will affect Flay builds too? It will affect every build that used them. Would Bone Spear or Mage Mastery be better for Bone Mage spam? So, scaling your pet damage, scaling your minions' damage does not increase their Bone Spear damage. The Bone Spear damage only scales off of the Necromancer. It's effectively like your minions aren't casting Bone Spear, but you're casting Bone Spear through them. Can I do a quick recap of exactly what's going on? Sure. We are calculating the changes in the sacrifice bonuses that the Necromancer gained. Yo, thank you, Mark. I appreciate that. What Necro build is meta? So I have a problem with the question, what is meta? I'm going to interpret what you're asking of what build do I think is the strongest build, which is not what meta just describes the total acknowledgement of all relative power of all builds that are existent. But when you're asking what is meta, minions. It's the best build. It's the best build by a far shot. And it doesn't matter which version of minions you're playing. Although mages just got very slightly more damage. Very slightly more. Loving Rogue now? Nice. You have Tyrael's Might. How does this patch affect it? Well, if you read the patch, it says that Tyrael's Might damage was doubled. These changes won't save your Bone Splinter build? No, they will not. Okay, so now that we have this, what else do I need to calculate here? Blood builds. This is equal to 1 multiplied by the overpower, multiplied by crit. Shadow. So Bone Spirit's over here. Shadow crit builds, shadow dot builds, bone spirit builds, blood builds. What other builds are there? None? All right, so let's do sacrificial damage, sacrificial buff. This is going to be equal to this number multiplied by 1.5. 24% crit chance is also really big. And this is equal to having roughly 7 minions. But also means you're not gaining a 48% damage multi. Like here, so to the people asking the question earlier, what if you use sacrificial with the essence bonus? Then what? Then you don't have a vulnerable multiplier of 48%. Shadow Blood